And we are underway in Buffalo. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Let's go now.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 14 carries, 71 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948. Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck Roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's up. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Looking to pass. Tua. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. To and throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Higgins. Touchdown. Elijah Higgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw here. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to throw now on 1st down. And his pass incomplete. Van Jefferson was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Look at this Baltimore defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now back to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. The strong running. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Tua now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinating. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, this defense for the Ravens very strong in that victory a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
Now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After 7-3 the score. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Tua going to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 25 yards for the touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll set up to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Rashawn Gary racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and forever. He'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 28 yards.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry standing alone with a new NFL record, 32nd touchdown. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards that time.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's taken in by Palmer. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. From the gun, it's Tua. Catch is made by Hardman. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Tua's throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
1st down, Baltimore.
Now Tua. And this one too low.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has, percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
All right, come on.
Now a 2nd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tutu Atwell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. You always worry. The snow, but no problems there. It's up now to 22 points. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bills take over his first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second and a couple.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He completes this to Walker and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Hardman on the return. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 19. 15 yards there for number 15.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
Watch it, Oscar.
Tua to throw again. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches.
Second and inches at the 9-yard line.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
A gain of 5 brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Hey, come on, 2. Come on, 2. Come on, 2.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And here come the Bills. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second.
And the ball is knocked out, and this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here's Hardman to return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Tua now on 1st down. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Holding offense.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Long. 21G, 21G. Let's go.
as they come to the line. They will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Hey, 21 TX.
On second down, Tua. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw here. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
Another Buffalo Bills. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Touchdown, Bills! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fall.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Hey! Solo left Zion.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Completes it to Hardman. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because
puts it on the carpet, it's out. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 2nd and 4. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And down he'll go at the 25. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Levi Wallace with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Maxx Crosby. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 40 yards. And the Ravens have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Bills 13.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were.